What's up guys, back with another Honkai Star Rail video, and in today's video we're going to talk about what is the best 5-star to carry you through the game. Now, this list is going to have a few factors. One, the factor is you just started, right? You're at the beginning. Boom, you get your 5-star off the guaranteed 5-star pull, and this is this character. It's also going to keep in mind that you don't have any other 5 stars, because obviously a character like Bronya is probably the best, right? She's a really good buffer. However, right, her herself can't exactly carry you too much unless you rely on other characters, and I want to feature this around. If you just go crazy on this one character, they should be able to carry you. Now, with that in mind, there is one character that does kind of break that rule. I'll get into that when I get into that. But because of that ruling, I'm going to go ahead and start with Bailu and put her in B. Now, she's insanely good healing-wise. However, I've used her and Natasha, and while Natasha is not as good and Bailu has revives, Natasha pretty much heals just about enough to, not really warrant Bailu being like this insane, like, oh, she's so much better, it's like night and day. So I don't think that Bailu, unfortunately, is in the criteria of, oh, I pulled her, it's GG. I'm winning every fight, right? Unfortunately, but still very good character, but is going to be at the bottom of this tier list. Next up, we are going with Bronya, which I'm going to put in A. Now, the reason I'm putting her in A is not because she's bad. I personally think she's the best 5-star out of the group, but by herself, she doesn't do much besides buff. Hence, you'd have a 4-star, buff your 4-star, pretty good. But I think she's just slightly shy of S because, let's say your damage dealer dies, Bronya is going to lose a lot of value. And trust me, when you get to a certain part of the game, the enemies are going to hit really hard. I have been using Sampo a lot because I put a lot of dupes of him. And if he gets caught out, he almost gets one shot. No, I know my relics aren't fully maxed for him, and it's just like mid-game. But him getting one shot is a liability, as he is pretty much my only multi-hit character, and then the team kind of falls apart with only single targets. So that is why Bronya is in A. Once her, buff target is dead, it's GG at that point. Next up, we are gonna go with Himiko, Welt, and Heiko Jing. So with these characters, they all fit the same niche, which is damage. Well, we'll get into that. So Himiko, AoE, there's been a lot of times when there's a taunt, like the taunt robot, taunts you, there's explosives you have to hit, or there's other enemies that you need to do damage to, or there's just a wave of a bunch of enemies. Himiko's AoE pretty much solves that issue. She's a 5-star, obviously she's going to do more damage, and she has the follow-up attacks, just a lot of AoE DPS, very nice. Even though she doesn't do anything super crazy, the damage is nice and can carry you through it as long as you don't take too much damage. Welt sort of does the same thing. He has a random target hit and an AoE ult, and he slows characters, so you're going to be good to go. Slow the enemy, boom. Characters get to act more, do more damage. Pretty good overall. And then Heiko Jing, single target DPS, does a lot of damage. Follow-up attack with ice, pretty good. Only issue with him is that he's a bit squishy, right? Same can be said for Himiko as well. Welt kind of gets away with it with slowing the enemies, so if they take too much damage, they can go down. But luckily, you have like March 7th, and if you have any other character who can help protect you, at one point you do get a free shielder, so you can use that character instead of March 7th, or you can Natasha to heal him. There are some free options, but they still do pretty good damage and can shred through the bosses. Now, you might be wondering, who's an S? Personally, I think Clara and Jippard, whatever you want to call them. I'm still struggling to say half these people's names, so I do apologize. I think they're an S. Now, you might be wondering, okay, why is our healer in B if the shielder is an S? Now, personally, shielding is just insanely leagues better than healing. There are times when, who cares if you can heal if your character's dead already? And the shields are just way stronger than your character's HP. Plus, with shields, let's say you get hit for 2k and your shield's like 1,000, your character's HP is 1,500. There's no healing 500 extra damage that is just, hit on your character when they don't have no HP. With the shield, you would live it, right? Plus, he has an E that can freeze enemies, and when they are frozen, when they get to their turn, they can't act. Very, very nice. And then Clara is just overall really good. She has a counter. She can taunt enemies with her ultimate, damage reduction, a lot of good DPS, especially when your allies get hit. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of her because I'm not a huge fan of the counter units in most games. So I have a little hate, I guess, for her, but that's not really her fault. I think she's still really good. Don't think she's bad or anything. Like I was gonna say, she's pretty good. I just personally don't like her myself. Now, other than that, I'm not going to go over the premium characters or the Trailblazer, as everyone's going to have a Trailblazer, and I wanted to focus on characters you can get with your guaranteed 5-star. Let me know in the comments what you think. Obviously, everyone's going to have different opinions, but personally, seeing my playthrough, because I had Jippered, and I've seen others with only Clara, with only Bailu, with only Welt. I've seen other people's tier lists in general. I have my tier list if you want to check it out. I have a 5-star tier list from before the game launched, but I personally think this is the best 5 stars you can start out with and help you carry through the game. Now, side note, if you are someone who spends money, this tier list is going to look a little bit different. At that point, I'd probably just go Bronya, Jippered, just because you're going to have multiple 5 stars. Shielder, buffer, damage dealer in Himiko, Zele, well, if you want to go that route with him, just whoever your DPS is, it could be a 4-star. At that point, you have a lot more options. Bailu definitely is going to go up if it's just general 5 stars and you have the money. But like I said, this is considering that you only have that one 5-star. Now, hopefully you guys get more 5 stars if you are struggling with your said character. If you're already pretty far in the game, I don't recommend re-rolling. Just stick it out. There's a bunch of 4 stars you can use that should be able to help you. But that's going to be it for the video. Let me know in the comments what 5-star you pulled, if you re-rolled for them, if they're perfect for you, if you wish you had someone else. If you pulled multiple 5 stars, let me know, of course. And I will catch y'all in the next video. But don't forget to like and subscribe for more Honkai Star Rail content. There will be plenty of content coming up as we get more and more into the game. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.